It's gonna be me.
Good evening. Thank you for tuning in to episode 31 of the Frontline Black News. I'm your host, Chan Kruma. I'm joined with my other host, Queen Nkrumah. And we're streaming from a different location tonight, if you couldn't tell. But the show is going to still go on. Tonight we will be discussing several things. The first thing is Tangibles 2021. Next thing is vaccines. Dave Chappelle under attack again. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fights. Henrietta Lacks estate sues Big Pharma. Biden's Blacc Approval ratings drop. Unhoused Neighbor News and Unhoused Neighbor Sweeps. And we are joined with our guests, Shabaka Sankori of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. He'll be joining us shortly. He's on the road. He's on I-5 heading south to LA from Sacramento. It's the state capital. And we are also joined by Ramel Understanding, who is a political prisoner in the Cardinal State Mental Hospital. Introduce yourself, Ramel.
Yes, sir. This is Ramel Understanding, Angel of Peace from the East Understanding, understood in the neighborhood near you. Bringing the hope we're out the double fishing frontline campaign. Salute.
Salute.
So, we'll start off with Tangibles 2020 while we're waiting on General Shabaka to get in.
And hopefully Ramel stop breathing like a dragon.
Right?
That ain't Ramel.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
I know
It sounds like somebody's breathing hard on the phone.
Like he need to back his nostrils up off the phone and shit.
Y'all wrong for that. Yeah, they're dogs.
See, there it goes
They're
again.
doggies.
Yeah.
So, Black family, this is the decade of tangibles. In 2020, a brother by the name of Tariq Nasheed came out with a bulletin which states that the 2020 presidential elections are coming up. There's Shabaka. Hold on, let me bring Shabaka in.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm on the road. Okay. And like I said, if I could stop by this goddamn California Highway Patrol and wind up dead, I did not commit suicide.
Yeah,
Right.
no sudden movements.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the traffic, because I got off the freeway because I forgot here in California, it's a $500 ticket they catch you on the cell phone in your hand driving.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just getting on Tangibles 2021.
Yes, sir.
Already introduced you, so you're right on time, Shabaka.
Yes, sir.
I was talking about Tangibles 2021 and how that came about. So I was going through that real quick. So the 2020 presidential elections are coming up.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, because I was making a U-turn, man, and then my hand went over that damn cord. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, Shabaka.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So last year in 2020, we had a presidential election. So this is what this is describing. So the 2020 presidential elections are coming up. The foundational Black Americans, i.e. American descendants of slavery, are going to reject the 50-year malign neglect policy that has been implemented by the political system. This malign neglect policy mandates that Black Americans should be ignored and only mentioned in vague and non-specific terms.
Right.
The fuck?
Yeah, it
Yep.
Ramel, listen.
What kind of bullshit is that?
That's what the malign neglect policy is all about. So it gets even better. So it lumps foundational Black Americans into groups with minorities, immigrants, people of color, marginalized, disenfranchised, downtrodden, underprivileged.
Damn.
The list goes on. It's a whole list of terminology, especially these white liberals like to use to describe us in broad, ambiguous terms in our struggle. And that has only hindered the progress of Black Americans as a group.
Right.
While providing tangible benefits for other groups.
Right.
So we were saying, like we've been saying for over a year now, in this election cycle, Black Americans are going to insist that our needs are specifically met by politicians who are seeking our votes. Foundation Black Americans want tangible benefits specifically for us. We do not want trickle-down secondary benefits that are provided for every group. Every group has not been systematically marginalized and disenfranchised in every area of society as foundational Black Americans. So we refuse to be lumped in with groups that often assist in the exploitation and disenfranchisement of Black Americans. So politicians must offer tangibles. And I've stated on numerous shows previous to this one what tangibles are. That's something concrete, something substantive, something you can count, measure, something you can touch, count, like money, like a check, like policy.
How much money, man? How much money we talking about?
$100 trillion for past, present, and future atrocities that have been brought against our people and continue to be brought against our people. And when I speak of our people, I'm talking about the foundational Black Americans, the American descendants of slavery, the people that built the United States of America, that this wealth was generated off of. That is who I'm specifically talking about.
Can I ask you a question, bro?
Hold on, Ramel, I'm not done. So politicians must offer tangible specifically to foundational Black Americans, or we simply will not vote for them. Make sure to spread this message far and wide on social media using the hashtag Tangibles2020. So, Black family, that was in 2020. Now it's 2021. And as I've stated on numerous shows, this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint. So we are making on the tangibles year after year, decade after decade. We're not letting up all the way up to 2100. We're going to demand something for our vote. Otherwise, we're not going to participate in this political process anymore. And both the Democrats and the Republicans, or as I love to call them, the Democrats or the Demorats and the Republicans can collapse right before our very eyes. We'll be done with it because we're tired of them taking our vote for granted. We're tired of them using us like Jim Crow Biden, and we're still waiting on you, Jim Crow Biden supporters.
Oh, yes, sir.
We're getting from a Biden administration.
Hey,
on y'all tonight. We're gonna go on y'all.
Oh, hell yeah. Hey, fuck Biden and fuck all the motherfuckers that voted for him.
Period. Because y'all told us anybody but Trump, and we just can't have 4 more years of Trump. Well, now you got tyrant Master Biden, who has mandated vaccines for employers that have employees of 100 or more. So if you want to keep your job, you have to have the vaccine. So we're going to be touching on that tonight. And several
yes, sir.
Things. Ramel, what was your question?
Okay, what I was going to say was very simple. Being that we're attacking the United States government for foundational Black Americans, I'll be honest, I'm first generation from another country.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm black, but I'm not a foundational Black American per se. I'm keeping it real, Black family. So what I want to say is, what about all them other European nations that has something to do with slavery. Can I get tangibles too?
So you need to sue your colonizer. Our colonizer is the U.S. government. The Dominican Republic was colonized by the Spanish. So you need to go after the Spanish government and demand reparations. If you're from Haiti, you need to go after the French government.
All European nations.
No, okay, so here's the thing, Ramel. There's already a reparations claim in the Caribbean called CARICOM. CARICOM does not include Black Americans in their reparations claim. So Black Americans.
I didn't know. You're informing me, so I'm ignorant. So I'm learning. Go ahead, brother.
Black Americans have our own specific reparations claim here in the United States of America, and we're demanding $100 trillion.
In that case, I'm with you with the $100 trillion for Foundation of Black Americans, but I want my $100 trillion with Dominicans everywhere and anybody else who's fall victim to the European slave trade right now, intangibles.
Right. And you can have that. Like I said, there's already a movement going on in the Caribbean called CARICOM. So that's something when you get out, you definitely want to look into because they going after. I know Jamaica.
Okay, now let me ask you, General Parrish.
Go ahead, Shabaka.
Okay, now can us in Haiti, in Santo Domingo, in the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, can we just sue the whole goddamn European Union, period, plus the goddamn United States? Sue all the motherfuckers at once.
Yeah, if we could come on one accord, but I don't.
Yes, and break these tricks.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that from these other countries that don't see a need for reparations, or they're going after their independent country. They're going after colonizers themselves. Colonize them. So you got CARICOM. There's other such entities that exist throughout the diaspora. But what we're saying here as Americans, as Black Americans, Foundation of Black Americans, we have our own specific claim. And we're going after the United States government because, like I said, we built this country. There'll be no United States of America without our blood oil. So
the first move. So that's going to be the first strike on the European nation. It's going after the United States. That's going to fall first.
And that's going to set the precedent.
The whole European Council.
Right.
That's going to set the precedent.
And then when they bust open the first check, I need a law. Just letting you know.
Well,
you already asked me
$100 trillion. That's going to amount to about 2.5 million per foundational Black American. It's about lineage. See, we were born.
I know.
Yeah. So our reparations claim is based off of lineage. So wherever you came from, you sue them. If foundational Black Americans went and started their own banking system with that $103 trillion settlement, that'll kill the game. That would kill the game. That would be something like Gaddafi was planning with the gold dinar. I mean, that's a whole currency.
Right.
They were scared of that. That's why they killed him.
If fundamentally Black Americans went and started their own banking system between everybody who was the foundation of Black Americans, then these people they go back to Europe. They leave the country to the foundation of Black Americans.
Fundamentally, that's the smartest ones.
That's probably why they don't want to cut the check, Paris.
Yeah, that's exactly why they don't want to cut the check, because they'll be broke.
They don't like to say cut the check.
Right.
They'll be broke, and we'll all be on the same playing field. And that's what equity is.
Yeah. They don't want that. They really don't know.
And then also too, General. And if I may say, General Parrish and General Mel, see, this is the problem with these goddamn Yassa bosses, okay? Because see, the Yassa boss in the American social order believes that his dumb black ass is an American, where in actuality he's an African, but he denies his African hair, whip going up against his back, the nightstick going upside his head, then his goddamn Uncle Tim Scott's, Obama with his sorry ass, let me see, the Congressional Black Caucus, and the only thing you lousy punk-ass motherfuckers do is sell us down the river. And we should all be coming together in the diaspora.
We should, but see, we should be all be coming together in the diaspora. I agree with you, Shabaka, but we're not, because for the simple fact, we're the only ones that's been fighting white supremacy consistently for 400 years. We have not bowed down to white supremacy in 400 years.
Right.
Foundational Black Americans. We've been leading the charge on this Pan-Africanism, on this whole African diaspora. Oh, we're all brothers in the struggle. We've been leading the charge on that. And it's been one-sided. So we're like, look, we're tired of caping for all these other groups. If you're not going to get on board with what we got going on, you can hold your own nuts. And we're going to keep pushing, because we can't keep caping for all these other groups. It's been detrimental to our existence, to our foundation in this country. We are
you got a point on that one there, General.
They're making us second and third class citizens. We built this country. There would be no United States of America without us. There'll be no country to flee to. See, everybody else fled. We the only ones that stick to stay. So our whole experience is completely different. Even though we're all brothers in the diaspora, the fight against white supremacy hasn't been equal, if that makes any sense.
Yes, sir. Basically, we need to unify the diaspora, but however, we do need to deal with the United States first because of their brutalization. Just like the French were some of the most brutal slave traders gone, rather if it was in Haiti, Martinique, or the great state of Louisiana.
Yep.
Them were some brutal motherfuckers. And people's always asking, well, Shabaka, when you gonna go through New Orleans? Man, the research that I did on New Orleans, oh man.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's
like Lady Laura. We had all kinds of crazy evil slave owners. Oh, go ahead, Ramel.
What I was gonna say was, okay, only 5% of all the slaves that were brought to the Western Hemisphere in the transatlantic slave trade
were brought to
made it to America.
Correct. So what does that tell you, Ramel?
No. Hold on. Let me just finish saying what I was saying, bro. I'm not done. Okay, what I was saying was that the fundamental Black American is the
foundational.
Excuse me. Thank you. The foundational Black American is the true 5% and the true leader in this battle against white supremacy.
Correct.
And the other statistic is that 85% of the slaves made it diaspora, which was South American islands. But what's crazy is that it's just, being that the majority of the diaspora and the majority of all the islands are all independent, and they have their own country. And
on the surface, they're independent. On the surface, they're independent because you got neo-colonialism.
On the what?
I said on the surface, they're independent. But who's running their economies? Who's running their governments? They're not.
Yeah, still the French, still Spain.
I'm trying to get
still England.
The major
okay.
It's not a dish.
Finish your thought.
Okay, all I'm saying is that all the other countries, Dominican Republic, Haiti, Puerto Rico, whether they even acknowledge that they're Black or not, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia, wherever, right? Diaspora Black, right?
Mm-hmm.
None of them is stepping to the plate. And the one 5% percentage the 5% percentage of blacks that are in America are stepping to the plate, and it's something phenomenal because the foundation of Black America is spearheading this movement, and they're setting an example for everybody else. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, Ramel. Yes.
Yeah.
We are setting.
Okay. But keep in mind, if I may interject, generals,
go ahead.
is that in the United States, in the northern states, because Brother Isaiah was laying some information on me, that they had outlawed slavery, not the mental slavery, but the chattel slavery, I think 1790 in the New England states. Now, you see, this is the problem that I have with the Yassa bosses. Now, the fucking Yassa bosses is gonna come up there and tell me, I'm an American and all that, you stupid brain dead motherfucker. You're a damn African, Abyssinian, or whatever that we wanted to find ourselves. I'm talking about that continent that they refer to as the Cuba line, the one that's right below the Mediterranean Sea, that's east of North and South America, across the other side of the Atlantic, that continent where all the hurricanes start at. That's where the fuck we all are from.
Yeah. Well, even white people can claim that though. White people. Yes,
sir. But you got to understand something.
I don't go into that term African American because you got white people from South Africa that can come over here and claim that they're African American.
But keep in mind, though, General Che, is that them white people from South Africa are Boers. Them sons of bitches are the descendants of the British and the Dutch. Now, keep in mind that when they went there and made contact with His Majesty King Shaka, right? They came to him with bullshit. And then keep in mind is that the Dutch and the British, had what they called the Boer War over the diamond rights or the minerals there. You see? And these motherfuckers look at us all as the same, regardless if we're from South Africa, regardless if we're from the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba, the Dutch Antilles, let's see, Venezuela, we are still African peoples.
We still one big nigga to the white supremacists.
Indeed, indeed. So when they come to us with that bullshit, say that again, General.
Go ahead, Ramel.
Hello?
Ramel.
Yeah, I'm right here, General. But I was gonna
yes, sir.
And so slavery has gone so deep psychologically now that
yes, sir.
no longer do they have to assimilate people because people are voluntarily emulating the white man. They mimic the white man. They mimic the white man's language, how the white man talks, the white man's music. He emulates us. It's like house music per se.
We invented that too. They wouldn't. Okay, I gotta stop you right now. They wouldn't have no kind of music. There would be no kind of music genres if it wasn't for us. We invented all the music genres.
I didn't finish my statement. What I said was it's like house music. It started in the hood.
Yeah.
And then now it's the more crazy ass techno weak shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's because it got co-opted.
People are so busy emulating the white man that the white man's just stealing our shit while we trying to mimic him. It's crazy.
Is he stealing it or are we just giving it away?
In the islands, huh?
Is he stealing it or are we just giving it away?
Both.
Well, it's all part of the Ma'afas Dr. Ani describes in the Urugu. You see, the cave beast, he looks at us all as the same, but he wants us to call ourselves Americans or Dominicans or Puerto Ricans or Cubans to keep us divided. Now, as we all know, that when them sons of bitches was bringing us here in those slave ships, they would have a whole cargo load. Let's say they got 300 of our people in a cargo hold, right? They will sell, let's say, 50 here in San Juan, They'll sell 50 in Havana. They'll sell 50 in Santo Domingo. And then they'll say, well, fuck it, we're going up there to Charleston, South Carolina to get rid of the rest of these niggas we got.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So that's our commonality right there.
They didn't discriminate on where they seen us all as one big nigga.
Exactly. And that's the perfect analogy. Now the Yassa bosses.
Them sad niggas.
Yeah.
Oh, the Arabs.
I be watching the movies and they always call the Arabs the sand niggas.
Yeah, but see, they got people from the so-called Middle East that they classify as white, like Turks.
Exactly.
White. People, Israelis are considered white. They don't even want to acknowledge the Palestinians.
Right.
It's motherfuckers, it's Arabs darker than you.
That's what I'm saying, Ramel. But they don't consider themselves black.
It's like Ethiopians and Egyptians. They don't want to be called black neither.
Yeah, and why is that? Because they were colonized.
Right, by the Arabs.
Were colonized.
They've been assimilated, and the psychological slavery got them trying to emulate the white man.
Indeed.
In every way, it's just like I mentioned that other time. During slavery, the Spaniards concocted, came up with a plot where they put out a decree where they would treat the different slaves according to their caste differently. Mm-hmm. You know, the light-skinned they treated a certain way. The ones that had a certain type of hair they kept treated a certain way, and that's how they created the caste system out there in the islands. You know, like the Dominican Republic and stuff like that.
And the same thing in Louisiana, General.
They got the caste system from the British. The British, when they colonized India.
I'm talking about
right.
Caste is dealing with racial or like different type of separation according to color.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the caste system in India.
I'm talking about the Spaniards. The Spaniards, they came up with their own caste system on how to treat the slaves. And then the slaves started treating each other like that once they became liberated.
The Portuguese, the British.
Yeah, that's what Brazil is all about. But keep in mind that our women were violated by these raping, slave trading pedophiles. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So we definitely want to mention that there too. And all you goddamn Yassa bosses, you know, we don't hear from you when we talk about such things. And we're still waiting on you fucking hiding Biden supporters. We know you've been bullshitted. You got your head bumped. You've been hoodwinked and bamboozled. We understand. It's okay. Because this is what this motherfucker's been doing ever since he brought us in this goddamn hemisphere.
Yeah. Let's see, here's the thing. There were already black people here. There were already black people here because we had already been circumnavigating the globe. Hold on, Ramel. I got to get this thought out. We were already circumnavigating the globe before a caucasoid came out of a cave. So we already had black people here. We already had black people all over the world. Now, origin is in Africa, but we were already all in other continents.
The black man been everywhere. There's no place where the black man hasn't been. The historian, what's his name?
Ivan Van Sertima.
Herodotus, he said, I went as far as Greenland, and the majority of his occupants were Canaanites. Yeah. And the Canaanites were black people from Africa.
Jet black.
You know what I mean? And one of the greatest Canaanites known in history is Hannibal the Great. His tribe, the Buckers, were Canaanites, and they're part of the military Canaanite Empire. So I just want to make a statement to all island people and all people from South America, and that's know your history, man. Study your history. Trace yourself back. You know your history, beware twistery. Because, you know, I'm Dominican, but my motherfucking motherland ain't no Spain. My motherfucking motherland is Africa. Akibulon.
Right.
I don't know how you use the term Africa. Akibulon. You know what I'm saying? Them people don't give a fuck about me. Them people don't care about me. Them people want to colonize me. Them people want to control me. Them people want to occupy my country. You see what I'm saying? And from a distance, they're doing that psychologically. You know,
oh, indeed, General.
Show, the dark-skinned Dominican, jet black Dominican would say he ain't even black.
Yeah, but that's the cognitive dissonance. That's the programming. That's the conditioning that came from being colonized.
Yes, sir.
All those islands were colonized. They all had slavery.
Yes, sir.
And
that's why
slowly people are coming out of that condition. You know what I mean? Because you can only put a motherfucker on the spell for so long. Just like people in the foundational Black American sector. You know, foundational Black Americans are only going to be under that spell for so long. That's why they're coming up with some new shit. Because they got to try to throw us all under that psychological slavery even deeper. That's why they came up with the Facebook shit. That's why they came up with all that trick knowledge, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad called it, trick knowledge, trickery. You know what I mean? You know, so that way we be deeper in the spell. And when I talk about spell, I ain't talking about like no hocus pocus fictional shit. I'm talking about an actual psychological attack being made on you.
Well,
you know what I mean? Where you're in a
oh, indeed.
Nellie Fuller puts it that we're in a global prison. The whole planet is a prison.
Yes.
This is a prison planet. And as long as the system of white supremacy is in effect, we're in prison. And when you go to prison, when you go to jail, you just go to a greater form of confinement.
Indoctrination. They indoctrinate people in prison. There's a propaganda system. You know, I mean, and when I say spell, I'm talking about where they got you mesmerized. You know, they're trying to find a way to keep you mesmerized and just confused and dumbfounded because they don't want us to rise to power again. Because if we rise to power, that makes them fall victim to their own bullshit, and that means no longer are we the stepping stone, but they're going to become the stepping stone. And that's what they fear, man. They fear the rise of a black nation.
Right. But we got a lot to get to tonight, y'all. So I'm gonna move us on to our next topic,
sir.
The vaccines. As y'all know, as we talked about on previous shows, Jim Crow Biden, your president, mandated vaccines at the federal level. So all employers of 100 employees or more have mandatory vaccines. So you have to have the vaccine or proof that you had the vaccine in order to keep your job. Otherwise, they're laying you off.
And also, too, General Paris, if I may interject. Okay, I just got wind within the last 36 hours that the Los Angeles Fire Department, they are prepared to sue the goddamn city of Los Angeles in a class action lawsuit if any of them lose their jobs or if they are suspended from their jobs for not getting the vaccine.
Oh, that's big, Shabaka.
Yes, sir. And fuck the LAPD. Yes, sir. The Los Angeles Fire Department is talking about doing that. So on this side of the world, I'm on top of that story. And as it unfolds, quite naturally, of course, I'll relate more information on it.
Oh, yes, definitely. Please do. Yeah.
And then keep in mind, and I just want to put this in there too, is that the mayor of Los Angeles is a dude by the name of Eric Garcetti, and Eric Garcetti is the son of Gil Garcetti, who is the former Los Angeles County District Attorney who prosecuted the O.J. Simpson case.
Wow. That's a small
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Ramel.
Okay. So you mean to tell me that this dude is doing what again? He's the what?
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir. The mayor of Los Angeles has tried to sign some type of, he's trying to get all the city employees mandatory vaccines like they have in San Francisco. The Los Angeles Fire Department, through their union, said that they will sue the shit out the goddamn city of Los Angeles through class action if any of them are laid off or lose their jobs because they are not getting that bullshit.
Yep.
So neat. I'd like to hear what
Yes, sir.
Queen Kuma feels about that. Queen Kuma, are you still there?
Yep. Forgive
Can you
me.
speak on it a little bit, sis?
Yep. Forgive me, Black Valley. I was in an accident earlier in the week and haven't been feeling myself, so I've been real quiet just because I'm just not myself right at the very moment. But here are my thoughts. I expect a lot more lawsuits, and the rebellion is a real situation. We need to rebel against this motherfucking vaccine. Fuck that vaccine. Fuck the motherfucker who mandated it. Fuck you too, Biden.
And all that voted
And
for
all
him.
you motherfuckers that voted for.
And all
This
you
is the shit you want with Biden's ass. I
Right.
get back here in the damn state of California, I'm paying damn near $5 a goddamn gallon for some motherfucking gasoline.
Holy shit. You know what I mean? Something like,
Damn.
fuck you, Mr. Biden, who fucking approved these mandates on motherfuckers' bodies' free will and the right to be themselves and deny that bullshit. And making us do all this extra shit. I expect more lawsuits. Y'all, who did it? The police department, the fire department, right? That's who started these lawsuits. You know,
No, it's the Los Angeles Fire Department in the city of LA. I don't know about the county of LA Fire Department yet, Lady Che.
the fire department, man, I never really had anything bad to say except about the fire department, except for when they come and put out homeless camps when they're cold in the city of Denver. But other than that, I never had nothing bad to say about the fire department. So keep up the good work, gentlemen. Finally taking a note from what's going on in Europe. Them motherfuckers are shutting down fucking whole clinics and everything like that for that vaccine. You know, so good thing for you taking a note. One of our mutual friends, or Jesse's mutual friend, Jeffrey, always be sending me these little links to where the fire department, people from the fire department are very disgruntled. They don't want to see this shit.
Shout out to Jeffrey Morris.
Shout out to Jeffrey Morris.
That's from UK, brother.
Yeah, that guy's always sending the most visually intelligent clips. And I want to say to anybody out there who did that, good job, man. Now you fucking police department can follow suit, and anybody else who fucking disagrees, follow suit and fucking sue the fuck out the city. And sooner or later, everybody follow the trend and get fucking Biden out the office. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
Oh yeah, they need to impeach that motherfucker.
And fuck worried about everybody else.
Yeah,
Impeach
exactly.
that
The same thing
motherfucker now.
with Trump.
Thank you.
Yeah. They need to impeach Biden,
Yeah.
and they need to impeach the vice president, the former DA of San Francisco County, and the former senator from this raggedy motherfucker that I'm driving in.
One
That
of our
bitch done trade up.
Republican representatives is someone already issued articles of impeachment against Biden and Kamala.
Good.
There.
Good.
Should have happened a long time ago.
Lauren, they call it.
Good.
What do they call her? They
Boebert?
call her Boebert. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lauren Boebert. She already issued articles of impeachment against Biden and his administration and Kamala Harris about 2 weeks.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Who is that? Who's Boebert?
She is a right-wing, gun-toting white supremacist that represents Rifle, Colorado.
I was about to say white.
Okay.
Yeah. Which one?
Because I'm driving through Kamala State right now,
I mean,
and this motherfucker's raggedy as hell.
She's not pretentious.
$5 for a goddamn gallon of gas, please.
Straight up, like this is what she's about.
Yeah.
Which one of them ain't one of those?
I'm talking about the ones that's outward with it. I'm
Yeah,
not
she's
talking
not
about
closeted
closet supremacist.
She's a real life supremacist. She's not a closeted one.
It's like you got the outwardly ones and you got the inwardly ones.
Oh, she's not an inwardly belly button supremacist. She's an outward belly button.
Yeah, she's out there and she's a gun toter. She carries guns and everything.
Supremacist.
She carried a gun. Yeah. She carries a gun into Congress.
And they get mad when they tell her she can't bring it in.
Hey, the right to bear arms. Dr. Newton said that when he did his thing over 50 years ago.
Yep, and he rested in power.
Indeed.
Did you have anything to say about what was it? Kyrie Irving and how they're trying to take his money away for not getting vaccinated?
Enlighten me on that one there, General.
Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving, he refused to get the vaccine, and now they're trying to take his money away.
He's on a professional team?
Yeah, the Brooklyn Nets.
Leave his money alone. He earned it. He worked for it. You were entertained by his magic. Leave his shit alone. You don't have to get that motherfucker you don't want to.
That's highway robbery and breach of contract.
Right. Stop trying to extort that man for what he earned.
Exactly. And all the hard work he put in all his life to get to the National Basketball Association.
And how entertained were you while you were watching him, and then you want to take his fucking bread away? Fuck y'all.
And then that is the more reason that the talent that we have in the National Basketball Association, the National Football League, Major League Baseball, that's why we need to form our own leagues, and you could best believe is that them goddamn leagues will feel the crunch of that shit in 2 seasons. Because the talent that we got,
Boy Magic, but
everybody around the world will come see the talent that we got, and they will say, fuck the NBA.
Right. See, this ain't about no damn virus, Black family. This is about control.
Indeed.
Y'all were entertained by his little black boy Magic.
Boy, I wish this motherfucker get these goddamn high beams off. Shit, turn your goddamn high beams off, motherfucker. Shit.
They need to start their own league.
Rockets on the road, y'all.
Yeah, I'm on I-5 all the way live. Heading to the house.
I-5 to L.A.
Yeah. That boy, I say this, don't get the vaccine, brother. Don't let them take your bread soon for every fucking amount of money they got for making you lose anything. If they take you off, they suspend you, fucking sue the fuck out of them for pain, suffering, and a loss of income and whatever else. Fucking damage to your family, your name, the slander, whatever fucking thing you can get out of it because you earned it. You entertain these fucking white masses, and now they want to do all that? Nah, fuck that. No.
See, that's interfering with that man's livelihood right now. Yeah, see, they interfering with that man's livelihood.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
And that, people, is a human rights violation.
Go ahead, Ramel.
I want to say one thing, and I'm going to quote Shabaka on this one. To the commissioner of the NBA, to the commissioner of the NFL, baseball, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say these words. Fuck you.
Indeed.
We approve.
And we approve of the message.
And that message was brought to you by frontlinecampaign.org.
Yes,
and endorsed by Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced.
The Black Imperial Army has arrived.
Yeah, so
the lousy motherfuckers.
They mad at LeBron because LeBron got the shot, but he wasn't endorsing it.
Yeah, they tried to give LeBron a bad deal because LeBron, he was extorted to taking a vaccine. And then he did say that he is not getting out there endorsing that shit. Now, sad note, one of LA's greatest sinners, Number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's out caping for that damn vaccine for the NBA. And I'm disappointed in that.
Yeah, I am too.
I really am. Because if any goddamn thing what they need to be doing is endorsing, eating healthy, exercising, and coming with some natural remedies to this shit. Now, this pandemic, scamdemic, or what it is, and fuck you, Facebook, go, and your fact checkers and that shit.
That's why you got
something is definitely out here killing these motherfuckers. Okay? And I believe, folks, it's a biological weapon.
Hold on, y'all speaking at the same time. Go ahead, Ramel.
Good. Oh, no, it's on me? Okay, check it out. I just want to say what they going to do when Facebook shut down, Tweety Bird, motherfucking Instagram, all the motherfuckers. What they going to do when all the shit just gets plugged offline?
Permanently.
They're stupid.
Permanently, not just for 6 hours, because Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp went down for 6 hours on Monday.
Yeah, that was 6 hours. Motherfuckers didn't know what they was like, really? What the fuck? It was motherfuckers. I told them about it. They was like, is that why my Facebook isn't working? I was like, yeah, motherfucker. I was staying off. So that way you can start using your brain and start the game. You know what I mean?
That was me, guys. That was me you're talking about.
Okay, now let me ask this question. If I may interject. Let me ask this question.
Go ahead.
Okay. How the hell we know it didn't shut down or if they resetting that motherfucker?
Exactly.
And it was all up in our shit. Let me tell you how I know.
Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you how I know they was all up in our shit. Me and baby right here sitting here chilling, right?
Yeah, and I'm less than 100 miles from the front door of all the motherfuckers.
Yeah, they lucky that a Molotov cocktail ain't going by 90 miles an hour and hit their doorstep. Look, let's check it out, right? We sitting here chilling. Now on my computer right now as we speak, right? The webcam is on. There's a little white light that sits right next to the camera. Me and him chilling. I think I wasn't recording anything.
Yep.
I was. I was recording something, right? And then I was sitting there, I was making a little video or whatever. I was recording it, not for live viewing, but for my own jokes. I was making jokes and shit or whatever, right? And all of a sudden I had turned it off. Okay? And I'm sitting there chilling where I start a movie and we're talking about it. The light goes on. And then I went and started talking shit to it. I was like, oh, so you're watching, aren't you? Right? Because it went on and it went off, right? Now, keep in mind, I ain't touching. You see, we ain't moving nothing. Here's the mouse, right? We ain't touching nothing.
Yeah, that's the algorithm.
And all of a sudden, my desktop lights up after this whole thing go off. And I'm like, and that's why I be covering you with a piece of fucking masking tape. Black tape. I cover you up. Because you try to spy on me. You try to spy on me? And I was like, fuck you too, Google.
All these devices are spying on us.
Everything's spying, right?
Oh, hell yeah. Indeed.
I hope you got a good show. You know, when motherfuckers are trying to get dressed. Yeah. I wonder why there's a big
and keep in mind.
Out of nowhere.
Randomly. I mean, like, stop snitching.
And keep in mind is that I'm driving the correct speed here in this raggedy ass state of California. And if I get pulled over by the California Highway Patrol, and if I die, I did not commit suicide.
Right.
Hey, you going to get home safely, brother. We won't speak that into being.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And I got 32 miles from the front door.
Right.
Brother, the truth is by your side and the truth is in your mind. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Is with you always, brother. The ancestors are working with us, not against us. You know what
Indeed.
I mean? The only my is going to happen when America fall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Doing enough. So, I got moving us along, Black family. Don't get the vaccine. You've been warned on Frontline Black News. You've been warned on the Revolutionary Agenda. You've been warned on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced and several other Black independent platforms.
Yes, sir.
Don't
Yes,
say
sir.
that you weren't told so. When you get blood clots and whatever else, you've been warned.
You've been hella warned.
Yes, sir. Because that shit is pure garbage.
Yep.
The next
When your alarm falls off, you've been warned.
and
when you
the,
pee
and the
blood,
shit
you've
wears
been warned.
off after 6 months. So prepare to keep getting. Prepare to feel like a
I ain't taking the booster shot. Fuck them.
Sorry. Prepare to feel like a pin cushion for the next. What did you say, Shabaka? Till 2035?
Yes, sir. Off of research that I've done, they projected that this pandemic, scamdemic, plandemic, epidemic, or whatever what the fuck it is supposed to last till 2035, and they want to kill over 5 billion people with it.
That is
5 billion
to the fullest. That is depopulation. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Agenda 21, depopulation agenda. Henry Kissinger and several other Bilderberg members are part of that.
Have you heard of that one of these strategies called Rex something, Rex 89 and
Yes.
85 or some shit?
Yes.
Enlighten me,
What's it called?
please.
Rex 84.
Okay, what is that, General?
Yeah, enlighten them. Tell them about that. It's total planet takeover by the who's.
Yeah, it's part of the Great Reset, what they're calling
Wow.
the New World Order. That's all part of the agenda.
Now, where's the goddamn Yassa bosses on that one?
Depopulate the planet,
No.
bring the planet down.
REX 84. That's the whole strategy. It's just like that CIA shit that they did with the COINTELPRO, the shit before that, and the shit before that. These motherfuckers, they playing 100 years ahead of time.
Yeah.
And then at the halfway through
Yes,
they got strategic methods. These motherfuckers, they playing their shit out. That's what we need to do right now.
They planning the shit out.
I mean,
because they're dying out.
Indeed.
They've already mapped out when.
And that's why we got to get our babies out of the public indoctrination centers.
Years.
They're already planning out their demise. So they want to take as many of us out with them. So yeah, look it up.
Exactly.
Agenda 21, Rex 84. Look it up. Don't just take our word for it. Do your own research. Our next topic is Dave Chappelle is under attack again.
Yeah.
They just won't leave.
More power to Mr. Chappelle.
So he just released.
I'm surprised they didn't bring Stu shit into attack in the attack against him.
No, it's still the same old shit. They ain't switched up and they ain't let up. They still going at this brother. He just released a new comedy special on Netflix called The Closer. Me and Bay watched it last night. There was nothing transphobic or homophobic about anything that he said in that. There was nothing sexist, any of that shit. But yet they are deeming him a transphobe.
Well, no, you said
he said he was cool with it.
Yeah.
But still, they're labeling him a transphobe. They're labeling him homophobic. They're labeling him sexist. They're labeling him toxic. And all that other bullshit that they like to label strong, black, straight, homosexual men.
Okay, so in other words, they down on Mr. because he didn't wear a dress, number one. And excuse me, Che, he's a man that likes pussy. Okay, all righty. So there's something. So what's getting ready to happen, people? What they're going to try to make the oddity, say 10, 15 years from now, if you're heterosexual and like the opposite sex, you're going to be some type of undesirable.
Yeah, something's
You know
wrong.
what I'm saying?
You're off.
Definitely something is wrong. And then that raggedy ass broad from South Africa, what's her name? Charlize Theron, who adopted 2 children from Africa, talking about I'm going to raise him as a girl. Bitch, you need your ass whipped. Excuse my language, Lady J.
Or look at D Wade.
How the fuck you gonna raise a male as a girl?
Turning his son into a girl.
Yes, I heard of that. And I mean, come on, Dwayne Wade, let the young man go find some pussy first.
Right.
Right. See if you don't
You
like
know, and I don't mean no
let him
disrespect to
experience
any of the women. I'm just
Exactly.
being real about it.
Exactly. Let him experience it. If he don't like the way pussy feel, he don't have to have it, right? But don't change
No,
him
I'm
now.
willing to bet dollars to, well,
change
ma'am,
him
I'm
now,
willing
let
to
him
bet
try it
dollars
out.
to donuts that
He's a
he's
little
gonna
boy right
love the way pussy feels.
Right. He
Right.
don't like it.
As
Just let him
opposed
let him grow a
to
little bit.
another man's
He's a little
rectum.
boy. He don't know. He don't know. He might not like it. You're saying he don't like it, but you don't know he might not like it. He might just get in it and be like, yeah, I think I might live here for a bit. They might check this out. You always gonna take that from him, man? Like, let him experience a little life a little bit. He's just a little boy. You know what I mean? He's just
Exactly.
a little boy. He ain't grown into his body yet. Let him grow into his shit. Let him look at it.
Yeah,
like,
he's in his formative years. Yes, ma'am.
here,
You are absolutely correct.
Right here. This is
He's in his formative years.
Yeah,
oh my
exactly.
God. Who gonna take that away from him? At least let him experience it. Nah, you know what? I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels. I don't like none of it. I want to experience this. But give him a choice. You ain't even letting him grow into the feeling of it. I mean, the first feeling is gonna be the awkwardest. You know what I mean? After that, the second one, he's good. Good. Let him try it out.
Go ahead.
What you Shabak on that?
What you gotta say?
Yeah, that shit is straight insanity. So what now?
Fuck do I have to accept all that bullshit to be normal?
That's what
And because
Chappelle.
I don't accept it as something normal, I'm the motherfucker that get ostracized. Oh, you have phobia. You have a bias. I was like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? When did that shit become normal, man? Fuck that bullshit. That shit is unnatural. It's against the laws of the universe. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just like,
And if I might interject, generals, and that shit originated in Europe. Let's get that fact correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when all them fuckboys that came down there from Greece start changing the name of shit in Kemet.
Yeah, but then they try to say, well, there was ancient cultures that had different concepts of what gender was.
They try to.
And
Man, they pissing on our heads telling us it's rain. That is bullshit.
That's exactly what they're doing, and they're saying that gender is a social construct and it's not real. And it's like, what? So Chappelle went in on the shit. Chappelle went in.
He did, right?
Watching. I recommend that you watch The Closer. It's an awesome comedy special from Dave Chappelle, one of the greatest to ever do it. And like I said, there was nothing transphobic, homophobic, sexist about it. It's comedy. Nothing is off limits with comedy. I don't know why the LGBTQ.
But he got the right to say what the fuck he want to say.
Exactly, Ramel. And I don't know why the LGBTQIA plus whatever the fuck is all up in their feelings about the shit, because you're not exempt from getting clowns. It's comedy.
Yeah. Who gives a fuck? No, who gives a fuck how they feel?
Right. And as far as them alphabetized motherfuckers need to do is go get them some pussy.
Can I say something real quick, boys? Gentlemen, can I say something?
You get embarrassed. Who's read the precepts of Patah?
I have.
Nobody?
I just said
Say that again now, General.
Hey, can I finish?
In the precepts of Patah, it's mentioned, it's against that kind of activity, bro. It talks about it. It says, do not do that.
Right. Bay has something. Go ahead, Bay.
While they trying to act like Kemet approved of the shit, Kemet disapproved and was against that kind of shit initially.
Right.
It wasn't until the other people started coming down to that
came in and
that's
twisted
more
everything
as
up.
propaganda, social engineering attack on people. Now, they don't only come with bullets, ladies and gentlemen. They come with psychological propaganda.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yes, sir.
So this is my thought. I watched the whole show, and like Chase said, nothing is off limits. Nobody is exempt from being clowned on, talked about, or laughed about. But here's what he did say. Motherfucker said, "Hey, look, I looked it up. So I'm a feminist. right, cool. He's like, I'm there, we there. Talk about
that turf shit.
Yeah, he's there talking about we came like I like how you said we came to negotiate the release of the baby, right?
Yeah,
the
don't
baby,
abort the baby.
Yeah, the baby, he got into it, he said some what they would consider egregious or disrespectful, right? But he was keeping it. I felt like I didn't feel like there was nothing wrong with him saying whatever he said at his old concert, right? We're not gonna talk about that part. But what he was saying was, yeah, they call me. They've been saying I'm transphobic, whatever. I'm like, he doesn't care. I'm like, so I've been saying it like, or Jesse would be like, careful, babe. They might say you are, like in our previous reactions or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, if is it now acceptable because Dave Chappelle said it was okay? Because he's like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck.
We need to stand behind Dave Chappelle.
I was like, we're gonna stand behind him.
Oh, indeed.
We're gonna stand behind him.
We need to reach out to Mr. Chappelle to see if we can get him on our platform.
We can't let anybody drag him because it's what he's saying is right. But I've been in agreement with this shit from like jump. It's fucking weird. You fuckers are way too serious about shit. You really in an emotional state of mind when it comes to us and you. That's what it is. Us and you. And he wasn't talking about you. What he was talking about really, ultimately, at the end of the day, was him and his problem with white people. Racism. That's what it was.
He was exposing the racism within the
LGBTQ. You know what I mean? And if y'all can't acknowledge that you fuckers are racist, he acknowledged it for you. Racist.
Right. And then keep in mind.
No. That's what it's always
been. And keep in mind.
No,
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lady Che. I'm sorry.
The whole thing is that it's like that because everything always revolves around racism. Every single thing we do. You know what I mean? And if somebody's saying that, yeah, he's exposing that part. He's exposing it because it needs to be brought out. Now it's been needed to be brought out for centuries. These fuckers are on some other shit. You don't get to say my people, my people, my people. You don't get to say that. You know what I mean? Everybody passed through a woman. Everybody.
Indeed.
How you gonna create any more of you without breeding correctly? Let's talk about that part.
The next move.
You see me?
Indeed.
Queen, they're going to try to bring that cloning shit so they don't even need to have natural birth.
Ramel, they're doing even worse than that. They're bringing the uterine transplants.
What you probably taking for
sisters? Oh, man.
What you probably taking for sisters?
From the hysterectomies, they're getting uterine transplants.
Man, that's another thing.
So wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand this, Brother Che. You mean to tell me that these motherfuckers, when they take out the woman's reproductive organs, they're going to try to shove it up one of these motherfuckers' asses to get him to think he's a woman?
Basically. And that's what Dave Chappelle was saying. It might look like pussy.
Man, I got to go find me some herb, man. I got to smoke one after that one. That fucked me up.
Real for JJ, y'all.
It ain't real vagina, so don't look at it. It's just a fucking dick flipped inside out and tucked in.
I want to say something that's in line, but to the normal motherfuckers, supposed normal motherfuckers, or whatever the world thinks is normal, they're going to think it's out of line, but fuck all that bullshit on the real.
And that's what Dave
Chappelle man.
Ramel. That's exactly what he was saying, but in a comedic
way.
In a comic way.
Yeah, and this shit was good. His show was excellent. But when doesn't Dave Chappelle put on an excellent show? Let's not act like he ain't never did it before. He always does it.
Chappelle, frontlinecampaign.org salutes you, brother. Keep up the good work.
And Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. By all means, Dave Chappelle. Call us up. Our number is 516-418-5996 every Tuesday. We would love to have you, Mr. Chappelle. Because in this regard, you would have to look at Dave Chappelle as doing something similar to what the heavyweight champion did in 1967.
Yep.
For standing on his square.
That's 719-924-0481.
I myself don't give a fuck if anybody calls me transphobic or any of that shit because I don't agree with
Sister,
fucking weird
let me
shit.
tell you something. You're not transphobic. You're not homophobic. These confused ass motherfuckers are heterophobic. So
Right.
give me another goddamn suspension, Mark Zuckerberg, and fuck you. You motherfuckers are heterophobic. Go get some pussy. You might find out you like it.
You might like it. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna put it like this. Hold on. 1 second, please, Vera. 1 second. What I'm gonna say to you is like this: anybody dressing like a woman, acting like a woman, you will never in your lifetime ever be a woman. You might want to experience it. You might want to experience it as a human being for what it's like to be a woman, but you're not gonna ever be a woman. They may cut your shit up. They may stick it in your body. Hold on, Rebecca. They may cut up your stuff. They may stick it right back in you. But it's not a real fucking pussy. If you came in this world as a woman, you know what it is to be a woman. You know what it's like to pass a life through it or not. Okay? But you know what it's like to experience it. You might have had a blink of life grow in you for a minute or two. But you know what it's like. Anybody else want to put on a dress and you do your makeup and hair better than me or any other fucking sister in this fucking free world? You're not a woman at the end of the day. You're still a man. You still are a man going through an experience on a different level, but you came in this world with that chromosome. Whether you got the feeling when you came in there, you came in the world with that chromosome and a part that said you are a male. When they looked you out, they brought you out in the world, they looked at you, they saw you had a penis, they said you was a male. And they wrote it down. None of this shit, this new fucking off-brand shit where you're being born in the world and you have no motherfucking gender. You do got a gender. Okay? They look at you and you got what I don't got. You're a man. You're born a male.
I got balls, women got pussies.
You're born a male. Now, if you want to change that shit up when you get to be an adult and nobody's influenced you, you experience the thought of another person's body against you, blah, 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 et cetera, and you choose to go that route and bang it up against another motherfucker like you, that's your business. That's
right.
That's the devil.
Right? But don't push your shit on us.
The whole world need to know about it.
Why
do you have to wear that shit on your sleeve? Why you have to promote that shit to our kids?
Why you gotta make me go off like this? Because
exactly. And then keep in mind though,
keep that to myself.
Came across some information that in this raggedy ass state I'm driving in about a month ago, they are no longer put on the birth certificate the sex of the child when the baby is born.
Right. No reasonable doctor looked at that.
Ain't that some shit?
He ain't got no gender.
Yeah, because
pull it up.
Gender. They're trying to say like race is a social construct. They're trying to say that gender is a racial construct. And it's just more confusion on top of confusion.
Man, these motherfuckers is fucked up in the head, man.
He ain't got no gender. Or she ain't got no gender. I'm going to put it gently like that. She or he ain't got no gender. Making it very known that I recognize that the little thing either got a little set right there that separates him from a girl. Okay? And I'm gonna say he ain't got no gender, guys. Just like that, if I was a doctor, making it known he ain't got no gender, but it's obviously a boy. She ain't got no gender. It's obviously a girl. You know, she got a little cave, he got a little whatever. He's there, it's present. You know what I mean? You cannot look at it and be a doctor and just pull out a blank canvas. We are not Barbie dolls. We are not Ken dolls.
Right.
None of that shit. We are regular people that come with action.
Right.
That create life.
Right.
Men create life.
Facts.
I love the black woman. I love the black woman's that I want to say the following words. Any ladies out there looking for a man, call 719-924-0481. That's 719-924-0481. My name is
This is a serious line, brother. You're not trying to catch a date on Frontline Black News. Stop it. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, boy, this is a sick ass world this motherfucker has become in 2021.
And what makes it so bad is Chappelle actually put on a transgender person put them on stage, allowed them to open for him.
They became friends.
They became friends, and then they committed suicide based off of something that somebody said on Twitter
About Dave Chappelle.
about Dave Chappelle. And Dave Chappelle said, "I don't give a fuck about Twitter. Twitter ain't no real place."
Yeah, it's not a real place.
And you care more about what I'm saying about the LGBTQ than a nigga killing another black man. Like, where is this world coming to?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Show is
I
X-Men.
don't have no problem with me making fun of my own people, but if I start making fun of y'all, it's a problem.
Right. And he said in reality, the real problem was him and white people. Him and racist, the racial supremacy shit. And that was the truth. That's always what it's been about.
Right now.
They didn't have no problem with any of his other jokes.
Damn.
I said nobody.
Wow.
He got Negro, not a problem. When he got Negro Dominance on there, it's not a problem.
No, but if he says one thing about the LGBTQ, oh no.
That's because they're trying to keep that shit alive because that's more of that psychological slavery going toward their favor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? You know,
yeah,
they got a stronghold on the people's minds right now.
Yep.
Yeah, they do.
So it's up to us to break the chain, the deception, because it's deception.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
People that they used to be what they were. It's sick. It's bizarre.
That's another social engineering tool that they've been utilizing for years.
It's from sodomy,
right?
Type shit, anything of that sort you can think of. That's what it is, and they want us to accept it as normal.
We used to be able to tell your kid, "No, you're a little boy. Take off mommy's shoes." You know, somebody should do that. No, you're a little girl. Get out of my my steel toes. You know, put my baseball cap down. You're a little girl. I mean, you laid all this. All of a sudden, we stopped spanking our children and started allowing them to do the most weirdest shit. We supposed to be accepted of that? Fuck no, hell no. You know, I'm gonna let you grow up, get to a certain age where you can make your own decisions. Then you can decide you want to be a fucking weirdo, but not on my watch. Not on my watch.
I'm not gonna facilitate with this shit.
I'm not gonna buy you a dress when I know you're a boy. No,
right.
You wear some motherfucking Wranglers. You better get it right. You better wear some Lees. You better wear some whatever's in style, whatever fucking pants they got going on for little boys now. I don't know. I don't have a child right now at this age that's going through any weird shit. That was back in the day. And when I did have, I had two of them. When I had two of them going through some weird shit, she was still wearing dresses. And he was still wearing jeans and t-shirts and shit that fit him. So fuck what you mean. Until they got old enough and they were separated from me.
Yeah.
And they were allowed to be weird because somebody else let them have it. And now they're doing the weirdest shit. I can't even talk to the one of them. And the other one, I'm like, I had to call her Reynaldo the other day because she was acting like a jackass. Like, get out of my house, Ronaldo. And her name is okay? And I was like, get out of my house, Ronaldo. I don't want you. I don't want you right here now. You acting like a real jackass. Now get the fuck out of my crib. How you gonna be laughing at me when I get hit by a bigger truck than me? I'm only 5 foot tall. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I don't know who you belong to. Because my kid wouldn't have did that. But, they're allowed to be weird. They're allowed to be all this full of fucking shit. Look, man, I don't care. I'm going to say it. I spank your kid too. I will spank your kid on that weird shit. So let them grow up and let them then decide they don't like the feeling of the cha-cha, okay? Let them decide it then. Let them decide, oh, man, the papusa ain't for me. All right, cool, right? Maybe you like a nice tight butthole. That's your business. But you're grown enough to decide that on your own.
Right.
You're not going to get me to do it. You shouldn't be learning this
shit in no goddamn kindergarten, no
I'm
first grade.
I'm not going to say it's okay. Not at all.
We lost Shabaka.
Shabaka will be right back.
I'm gonna do where the dog pound said, have you ever had some bomb pussy?
Yeah. We do not own the rights to that.
Own the rights to that. But yeah, serious shit.
That was brought to you by frontlinecampaign.org.
I got 2 gay children.
We're ready for you there, Chappelle.
And I come from a gay mama. And my mama would tell you this trans ish shit is bizarre. weird, and fucking she wouldn't have had it either. And my mother is older.
Have you ever had some bomb pussy? Have you ever had some bomb pussy?
She probably would say, yeah, Rebel.
Shabaka's back.
But real shit, I'm not gonna enable my children to be a fucking odd before they leave my house.
Shabaka.
Okay, I got an announcement to make. I just got a phone call.
Oh,
I hate to say it, Deontay Wilder got his ass whooped again and got knocked the fuck out in the 11th round.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, that was gonna be the next topic.
Yep. He got knocked the fuck out.
Damn.
Okay, I just want to say one thing to Shabaka before we jump to the next subject. Shabaka.
Yes, sir.
The dog pound said, have you ever had some bomb pussy? Have you ever had some bomb pussy?
So it's for those that are 18 years or older.
Yeah.
That's it. Next.
Okay, now that we know, we can move on past that topic.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even want to do that topic now.
What topic is that?
The Deontay fight.
The Deontay Wilder Tyson.
Yeah. And so I wish Mr. Wilder well. He needs to go on and hang it up.
You took an L, Mr. Wilder.
Took
Big
an L
L
for Black people in America.
Black people in America. You took an L.
Yeah.
Who's fighting Tyson, right?
Yep.
Tyson Foundation.
Hell no, that's a cracker from. Where is that cracker from?
I don't know where that motherfucker is. He's from some goddamn cave and fuck him. He ain't shit. As far as I'm concerned, the heavyweight title is vacant.
Is he really gonna fight him? I was misunderstood.
I don't recognize that motherfucker as champion. No. And I just hope a brother comes up there and, like I said before, while I got my 30-day suspension, and kill that motherfucker. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, shit.
No, well, you know, from what I understand about Mr. Wilder, he was a late bloomer in boxing because he was he got the bronze medal in one of the Olympics, and his daughter was special needs, and he had real high medical bills, and that's why he went off into boxing. So I respect that black man still taking care of his child. Tyson Fury, fuck you.
What news do we got?
The sweeps continue.
They know that.
Okay. And that message is brought to you by frontlinecampaign.org. We're still online. And Brother Paris, let us know what's on your mind.
I've been talking about that shit all week.
All right. So the next topic, since Wilder just got knocked the fuck out, Henrietta Lacks estate sues Big Pharma. So for those that don't know, Henrietta Lacks was an African-American woman whose cancer cells are the source of the HeLa cell line, the first immortalized human cell line and one of the most important cell lines in medical research.
Damn. Did she get any money from that shit?
Hell no. So the family.
Damn.
So the family of Henrietta Lacks has filed a lawsuit against biotech company Thermo Fisher Scientific for making billions in profit from the HeLa cell line. Henrietta Lacks was an African-American patient at Johns Hopkins University Hospital. Doctors kept her tissue samples without her consent for experimental studies while treating her for cervical cancer in 1951. Ben Crump, our favorite civil rights attorney, I say that very facetiously, one of the lawyers for the case, filed 70 years after her death, calls Henrietta Lacks a cornerstone of modern medicine, as her cells have since played a part in cancer research, the polio vaccine, even COVID-19 vaccines. Ron Lacks, author author and the godson of Henrietta Lacks laments the fact that the family was never notified when his grandmother died, and that part of what motivates the lawsuit is to ensure that no other family should ever go through this.
Yeah.
Can I speak on that, man?
Go ahead, Ramel.
Okay, my sponsor, the late and great Abu Shahid, he said that these motherfuckers, when you donate organs and all that shit, you don't know what the fuck they doing with them organs, man.
No,
yeah, that's right.
That's why you gotta take your name off that organ and tissue donor list when you go to the DMV and they ask you, do you want to be an organ and
Right.
tissue donor? Say no.
I do it all the time.
I don't know.
You don't know what the fuck they doing. And when motherfuckers come up missing and they dead and John Doe's and all that shit, they take body parts and tissue and all that shit, man. These motherfuckers, that ain't the first time they did some shit like that, and that's not the last time they've done that shit.
Because they had a big scandal down in Los Angeles at UCLA behind that.
Yeah, they've been testing black folks since black folk got here on the ship. You know what I mean? If you ever seen the movie Goodbye Uncle Tom, you will see the motherfuckers go through the doctor line.
Yep.
Did you see that shit?
Yes, Ramel.
Okay.
Oh, I got to go see this flick. And that is Goodbye Uncle Tom.
Goodbye Uncle Tom, 1971.
Okay, can I pull it up on YouTube?
Yes, you can pull it up on YouTube.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
YouTube.
But his glory is for 18 years and older is fucked up.
Yeah, it's the most accurate depiction of chattel slavery in Hollywood history.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was that it has babies in jars.
Yeah,
like
it has all that sick shit.
And body parts, all that shit. You know what I mean? And they had to go through a doctor line as they got off the slave ship. Mm-hmm. And they bathed them in what was it, peroxide?
Yeah.
Hello.
Peroxide, all kinds of shit,
Lysol.
Okay.
That movie's so sad, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, for the first time, I was like, man, fuck these motherfuckers, man. Yeah. That's why I am the way I am now.
It makes you literally feel every last one of them.
Yes. I would like to have let's see. Do your Munchie Meals come with a?
Okay. Go ahead, Ben. I know you got something to say on this.
About which one?
Henrietta Lacks.
Yeah. This is what I got to say about that. Whoever took her cells and didn't pay their family, didn't give her nothing for it, fuckers need to burn in hell. All of you and the descendants to come after you.
So John Hopkins University.
So everybody involved, everybody who's participated in that woman's, not only that woman's travesty or tragedy, but her descendants as well. Y'all need to give them, cut the fucking check already, ×2. Second, we gotta really protect our sisters because everybody's losing a fucking vital organ, their reproductive organs. To hysterectomies and be placing them in fucking dudes. So eventually they think they can have fucking whole menstrual cycles and babies and shit. Again, like I said earlier.
We're still waiting on y'all to show
you
that
fuckers
you can
ain't gonna ever be able to do it. You're not a woman. And you might as well just give Shabaka his money.
Blood, so you gotta give Shabaka his money.
Give Shabaka his money. He made a fucking Pepsi challenge bet.
Right now.
$1,000. And you gotta make it happen. If you can't make it happen, just go ahead and give him his money. Give him his fucking money already. Might as well just start sending it in bulk. Secondly, right now we need to protect our sisters. She carried that gene, and that means a lot of others have too. And that's the life cell. That's a life cell, meaning we carry life, long life. Eternal life,
her
immortal
cells just
life,
kept multiplying. They didn't know what to do. Her cells
like
just kept multiplying. We don't die, we multiply like the Crips.
Right.
Her cells just kept multiplying.
And she didn't like that. Y'all so jealous of that you couldn't pay her, you couldn't take care of her, you let her die. For sure, you let her die after you took all that shit. So, you know,
And then tell her family nothing.
tell her family nothing, and you capitalize on it. Oh yeah, you're a special place in hell for you fuckers. And you'll go there, so your descendants and anybody that pocketed off of it, capitalized off of it, grew an extra fucking cell that they didn't have. Whatever the fucking process is, fuckers are going to go to hell too.
So
it's wrong and wrong and all wrong.
Billions, if not trillions, for this shit.
I'm gonna tell you, there's a reason why we don't like to go to the doctors. There's a reason why ladies don't, especially black ladies, do not like to go and have their privates and stuff examined. They'll figure out a way to keep themselves healthy in that realm, is because motherfuckers steal shit from us, or they cut it off from us, or they take it from us, and then they wonder why we're so angry and why we're scared of them. Well, this is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons.
Well, make sure y'all check out The Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington. It details all the horrible experimentations that's been done on black women, on black men throughout the history of this country. They've been doing all these medical experiments on us for decades, if not centuries, black family.
That's
a fact.
Holistic before we go to the Western. That's why we don't like to go to the doctors. That's why we don't like to do shit with the hospital, because we're scared of them. On a subconscious level, we already know what they're going to do, and we don't want to be involved, and we don't want to be capitalized or fucking robbed of something that is vital to us, that the universe gave us. You know what I mean? That the stars gave us, the Orishas gave us. And they're going to fucking try to use it for malicious things. You know what I mean? And no. We're the life bringers of this world. You get to take it away from us and implant this.
Yeah, let me get a little bit of catch up.
Chewbacca feeding himself.
Oh, Chewbacca eating something. Hey, check this out. Can I add on to that?
Yeah.
You said John Hopkins College.
John Hopkins University Hospital.
John Hopkins?
Yes.
HAWKINS.
HAHOP.
Oh, Hopkins. Okay, I thought you said Hopkins.
No.
You know who John Hopkins was? John Hardy Hopkins?
Who was he?
John Hardy Hopkins initiated the British slave trade of blacks in 1555. That's why in that Public Enemy song it says 1555, how we living, and whatever he said after that. But John Hardy Hopkins, he went into I believe Ghana. And they were, according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they were there for 30 years. The British were there for 30 years on a regular, you know, them evangelistic posts where they bring the evangelists first, the Bible and all that shit. That's how they first got in there. They first got a deacon or some kind of religious figure, right?
Yeah, the
some kind of Christian minister, right? And they were there for 30 years. And while they were there, after the 30 years, they said, hey, you know, you could come to America with us and you get more gold out there than you get out here. And, you know, these are people walking around with big old gold chains and rings, and you know, I mean, they were living lavish in I keep it on at that time. They were kings and queens, and you were like, shit, okay, well, let's go. Supposedly, according to the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, this is how the British slave trade happened. And they got on halfway through the 9,000-mile journey. The soldiers came up from under the ship and took them into captivity, and that's how the first slaves made it in the British slave trade into the islands. Wow. And they went into 1555. And the British, they kept all their slaves in the islands for 64 years until there was a buy that happened, and they were brought to Jamestown, Virginia in 1619, which was 64 years later. And the first slaves, it was 20 slaves on a Dutch ship named the Good Ship Jesus.
Okay.
Supposedly. Yeah.
So
that's
what are your
teachers, Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Okay, so back to John Hopkins, the actual hospital. What are your thoughts on Henrietta Lacks and her cells being used for medical research for decades.
These people have been experimenting on us for years, months, and days. The shit ain't changed. The game ain't changed under the names changed. You know, these people have been doing experimental shit. Everywhere they go, these people are scientists. These people are evil geniuses. They gather data, they scout the land, they scout the people, they study the people, they test the people, and they gather data. These motherfuckers, they keep a good record of what's happening. You know what I mean? They keep tabs on people. You know, just like the police and all them motherfuckers, they tapping our phone right now. They on our show. Asian Clifford or whatever the fuck his name is probably watching right now. Shout out to Asian Clifford out there, man. You know what I'm saying? I keep shouting out, man. You ain't never come back, man. What's going on, man?
So one of our viewers said serious group of scientists declare COVID-19 vaccine risk too high to ignore. Trial sites that
this shit don't be honking at me, motherfucker. You see my goddamn signal on trick? Shit. I'm up here making a left turn, y'all. Got my signal on, and this motherfucker up there honking at me. Yeah, don't let that whiteboard fill your head up with that bullshit, because I'll sidekick your ass and put you in a wheelchair.
And statement was brought to you by frontlinecampaign.org.
Shabaka, did you have anything to add about Henrietta Lacks estate suing the Big Pharma?
Oh yeah, Big Pharma, they belong in jail because you know, when they were before the U.S. Congress, one of the heads of the companies that came up and straight out said they don't give a damn pretty much about the patients of their narcotics. They just worried about pleasing their stockholders, which are investors in the corporation, as we all know. So that just goes to show you, yeah, that they're motivated by greed as opposed to a cure or doing something for humanity.
Right, because a patient is there's a quote about that. I'm trying to remember how it goes, but it's a quote about you don't want to have a cure for them because you'll have a patient for life or you'll have a customer for life.
Indeed.
It's the pharmaceutical.
That's why they don't want to find cures.
Pharmaceuticals. Like I said, the name of the company is called Thermo Fisher Scientific, and they're a biotech company, and they made billions in profit from her sales.
Right.
Wow.
I was just saying,
and then keep in mind, too, folks, is that I notice I see a lot of biotechnic firms over there in Silicon Game Valley as well, too.
Yep.
So if you got a bunch of biotech firms, meaning biotechnology, by these tech giants and social media, even in this fucked up part of the galaxy, 2 + 2 still must equal 4.
Exactly.
I told you they're trying to come out with the real life cyborg, the Android shit. Watch the Terminator. That shit is for real.
Well, we're almost at time, Ramel. It's almost 2024.
Yeah. Because I think the Terminator's time was 2024. Yeah, it was in the 2020s. I know that.
Why do they always give you a preview of what the fuck is going to happen before it happens? So that's like some dumb shit they keep doing. I don't know why. I guess that's the signal for them. Like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Like, we ain't going to pay attention.
Because their time is running out, Ramel. Their time is running out. They're on borrowed time at this point. Caucasoid is dying out. Worldwide, nationwide, they're already coming out with the studies that they're already a minority in this country. So they're a minority worldwide and they're a minority in this country. So they're doing everything in their power to take as many of us with them as they can. And that's why all of a sudden we started pushing for reparations. Here comes COVID. Just out of nowhere. And at first COVID was only hitting white people. Then out of nowhere, black people started catching it. So It's all biological chemical warfare. Yeah, just like AIDS. It's all biological chemical warfare, Black family. We are at
And they trying to exterminate us.
There's 9 areas of human activity. Hold on, I want to finish my thought. There's 9 areas of human activity of which we're at war in, and those are economics, those are education, those are entertainment, labor, law, politics, sex, war, and religion. Those are the 9 areas of human activity of which racism and white supremacy exists and is in control of. So as long as that exists, we have a system of injustice. So we need to work toward replacing this current system with a system of actual justice, guaranteeing that nobody is mistreated by the color of their skin, and those that need the most constructive to help get it. And that is from the Code by Nellie Fuller Jr., Compensatory Code Concept book, textbook for victims of racism and white supremacy. If you don't have a copy, I suggest you get a copy so you can get on Code as well. Go ahead, Ramel.
So what is it called again? The book?
Yes, it's called the Compensatory Code Concept textbook for workbook for victims of racism and white supremacy.
Oh, okay. I gotta wait to get out of here before I get that book. But all I was gonna say was that it's psycho-biochemical warfare.
There it is. So Gloria is on point, our YouTube viewer. She said depopulation should be the highest priority of the U.S. Foreign policy toward the third world. Henry Kissinger, National Security Memo 200, April 24th, 1974.
Yeah, he was the national security advisor to Richard Nixon, and he was also the Secretary of State in Nixon's second term.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so that just goes to show you, Black families, that since we have, quote unquote, became militant during that era, they got us dummied down on how we should feel. They got us dummied down on a brutalization. And then, too, people, it's up to us to take care of us, because ain't no white savior going to come save you.
Nope.
Let's be real.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, ain't no white savior going to...
While you down.
Mm-hmm. And then, forgive me, y'all, I'm having dinner here. And then as well, too, is that we still waiting on you Biden supporters, okay?
Still waiting on you. We still waiting.
White supremacy is real. And then, if I may, Brother Che, if it's in our itinerary, this information and research I've been doing on this thing they call critical race theory.
Yeah, make it quick, because we got we got 2 more topics to get to.
Yeah, sir. The only thing with critical racial theory is, of my research is that they don't want our people to know the brutalization that was inflicted upon us by these Caucasoids.
That's it.
Yeah, moving right along.
Brother, it's called brainwashing.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
It's called rewriting history.
Indeed.
They don't want their kids to be guilty of what they've done and continue to do to us.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So our next topic is Biden's Blacc Approval ratings drop.
Good.
That is great news.
Applause. Yeah.
Finally,
Excellent. That is great news.
Finally.
Biden did what? Repeat that again one more time for the
Biden's Blacc Approval ratings drop among Black voters.
Okay.
Good. And we told you all. And then we told you all this shit was going to happen anyway. That's just why we say you're more than welcome to give us a call on our platforms. We understand your disappointment. We understand you've been had, hoodwinked, and bamboozled and bullshitted. The ancestors already left work for us over 60 years ago.
Mm-hmm. So
we got to start studying our ancestors.
So this article from Yahoo says Biden's approval rating among Black voters falls after private sector vaccine mandate. It says Biden's approval rating, his net approval rating among unvaccinated Black voters has dropped a stunning 17 points since he announced plans to implement a federal vaccine mandate for companies with more than 100 people, according to a new Morning Consult poll. So it goes on further to say that Biden's favor among Black voters dropped substantially between an initial poll conducted between September 6th and 8th, just before Biden's mandate announcement on September 9th, and a second poll taken between September 18th to the 20th of more than 1,000 Black voters. The second poll revealed that 71% of Black voters approve of Biden's performance, down 5 points since the mandate. The share who disapprove rose 7 points to 24%. 37% said they strongly approve of his performance, while 14% said they strongly disapprove. The president's net approval rating, a measure of the share who would approve his job performance minus the share who disapprove, has dropped 12% among Black voters. So we talked to Biden supporters. Now you got Biden's remorse.
Damn. And they even gonna be more remorseful when Kamala Harris, implements more Biden shit.
Yeah,
because
so the federal mandate is really hurting your boy Jim Crow Biden. I don't think he's going to be able to recover from this. And the midterms are coming up in 2022, so the Democrats ain't got nothing coming.
Right. Now it's time to vote for the Unity Party. Now it's time to endorse Jesse Parrish for mayor of Denver.
Yes, sir.
Right. And say cool for U.S. Senate.
No,
yes, sir, indeed.
He already ran for U.S. Senate, but city council.
Council at large.
You going for city council?
Okay.
Good. Joe got to go. Baby Joe got to go.
Yeah. Joe, Sleepy Joe, Jim Crow Joe.
Right.
They're making these new pictures of him. He looked like ridiculous. He looked like the motherfucking oaf he is.
Oh yeah.
Retarded.
And
cognitive dissonance kicked in long ago. He's been erased.
That motherfucker's brain weighted as a Ku Klux Klan.
Yep.
He descends from slave owners. A
Mm-hmm.
long line of slave owners.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I love it.
This message was approved by
yeah, they trying to ban the menthol cigarettes.
And co-signed by Revolutionary Agenda and hyphenated and both printed by Frontline Black News.
Yes, sir. So Biden and all your supporters, fuck you. I hope your ratings continue to drop.
Go back to
right.
We don't need you.
And I hope you get impeached. Because enough is enough of this. You have overstepped your bounds with this mandate. Everybody's not going for this. Expect massive lawsuits.
Right.
Especially you have to be sitting and taking the bus too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we warned you from the beginning he was a straight up mark.
Y'all
went ahead for him anyway. So now you
once again,
now you see the fat meat is greasy.
Yep. And then, like I said,
then look what happened.
Yeah, y'all sat up there and went for the okie doke again from these Democrats, And then also, too, now keep in mind is that these white supremacists are in hog heaven now since Deontay Wilder lost. And I just want to say on this briefly, Deontay, I appreciate you going into such a brutal business to do for your children. Brother, you need to go on and hang it up.
Yeah,
You know, you did your job for your child. Yeah, go on and hang it up, Deontay.
Go ahead, Ramil.
If Trump was in office, do you think he would have mandated motherfuckers to take that shot? Fuck no.
No. And see, and where I'm from, people, South Central LA, there's an old neighborhood proverb there from the unknown homie. Never apologize for how you honestly feel. Trump never apologized for how he honestly felt. He know he ain't shit. We know he ain't shit. But one thing I will say about that motherfucker, at least he came to you with the real.
Yeah. He was a wolf right in your face.
Exactly.
He'll tell you he was racist. Trump will tell you he's racist. He was like, look, but I'm going to work with you. You know what I mean? You know, he would have did none of that make shit. He would have laid motherfuckers off if they didn't get the shot, all that other crazy shit. And we probably would have ended up with a COVID relief every fucking month if it was up for Trump.
And he didn't put the LGBTQ in the military.
Right.
He would have took them out. He would have took them out the military. He already had them out. Motherfucking Joe Biden got to go. Put the motherfuckers back in, and then praise the motherfuckers. But if it was up to Trump, Trump would have kept them out. He would have been shit from left and right. He would have made a protocol in the United States of America to shit on that type of behavior, because that type of behavior is uncivilized and unnatural.
And it is.
And he still would have deported the Haitians.
Indeed. At least you know you're dealing. At least you know you're dealing with a damn wolf as opposed to a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Right.
You see, and this is why we did the show, people. And once again, the Democrats came to you with the carrot for the jackass. And these Biden supporters were the biggest jackasses going on chasing the carrot.
Check this out. In the lessons of the Falcon, it says, what is a real devil? And it's a grassy man which is made wicked, or any life grassy germ from the original devil. So a real devil, would you rather deal with a false devil or a real devil? Trump was a real fucking devil. He let you know from the gate he was on that shit.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
Take the real over the fake any day.
Indeed. At least that way I know what I'm dealing with.
Right. So
at
we
least
got
straight up with this shit, man. Give me the real shit. I want that fake shit.
Yep.
Yep.
You want my car soda if I got a biscuit.
So we got one or two more topics, y'all. I'm gonna condense them into one. So we got our last topic for tonight is the Unhoused Neighbor news and the sweeps.
Can I ask, what's the 303 initiative? Does that work with that? Because they tried to get me to vote for that recently.
No, vote no on that shit.
I'm sorry, I'm pretty sure it's on
all the damn initiatives. We have a election coming up in November. Let's vote on all this bullshit they talking about. Some of these initiatives supposed to help the homeless. That's a damn lie.
Well, that's what they supposed to go. I mean, the shelters are packed.
The shelters are full of COVID.
Or something. I mean, what the fuck?
Shelters, they want them to die. That's where they want them to go.
Right.
They want them to die.
You're breathing in the mic, Shabaka.
Yep. They want them to die.
They want them to die. And,
hey, General Che.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's let that there be the subject for Tuesday night, sir.
Okay.
That they are out to kill the homeless with these COVID shelters.
Yep.
Yeah, put it out there just like that. The same thing in Denver, like they're going to do in Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, and all the inner cities.
Yep.
And the sad part about it.
I I think that should be the name of the show. Where do the homeless go?
All right, do you concur, General Che?
Yes.
That's the name of the show.
Where do the homeless go?
Yeah.
To the death.
And yeah. Then California, yeah, they're gonna be sending them out there to the desert to die and turn off the water.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
It's mandatory. Because of basic.
Especially when they're full of COVID too. The jails and the shelters are full of COVID. So where do they expect them to go? They want them to die. So yeah, that's an awesome topic. Yeah.
Yeah, straight out. And the best way to kill off a group of people is to take them out there in the middle of that Mojave Desert and turn off the water. They either will freeze to death or they will bake to death. And as we all know, from Denver to Panther Town, the desert goes from one extreme to the other. You'll either freeze to death or bake to death.
All right, Lady Che got something to say.
All right, I'm gonna make this quick because I'm about to pass out. My heart rate. So this is what we're gonna do. The sweeps continue to happen no matter what me and Che do at City Council. We keep making the news. You would think that because we keep making the news, this shit would actually crack off and fucking do the right thing, but it doesn't. City Council continues to vote in our opposition, where we try to talk to them right and tell them the rights or their wrongs. They still vote in the wrong. Fuck them. I can't wait till we get them all out of the fucking office and replace them with fucking like-minded individuals that only want to do the right things for people. I'm sick of the motherfucking service providers out here. They're so disrespectful, blatantly disrespectful in our faces. Thankfully, us having P for P behind us, we're going to start making situations a lot differenter. A lot better. That wasn't even a word. We're starting making things different. I'm trying to do the work. I'm trying to get set up to where we can, P for P, Colorado chapter, just Paris, myself, and
people for the people.
People for the people. So the Panthers, whatever we got to do the work that the city refuses to do, without the clout, without the shine, without the fucking the celebritism of it all. Not capitalized. This is about the people. What I noticed this week in the sweeps is not about the people. People are saying they're doing the work, but they're doing the work as showboating. They're not there for the people. If I got to tell you it's about the people and not about us, take your motherfucking egos out of it. Then I'm doing the right thing. You're doing the wrong thing, and I got to point it out. You're definitely in the motherfucking wrong. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about how you don't like me. It's not about how I feel about you. It's about the people, the unhoused people. And then from there, if I see you doing fucked up shit to my people, I'm going to be about our people, which is Black people. Okay? I am about all of that. But first and foremost, the people. I am the people. And then, obviously it's going to be Black first. But what I've been watching in the last couple of sweeps is how the Black people, our Black unhoused community, is being degraded, mistreated. It don't matter. I watched a man get his shit taken from him and crushed and put in the back of a truck. And then I watched 5 motherfucking white people.
A dump truck.
5 people, the police and the people cleaning up. 5 white people watched this man cry for 30 fucking minutes. I watched another man use his privilege to go through the fence and take that man out and bring him and force the police to give him but 1 day in a fucking hotel room. Shame on you, fucking Colorado. And anybody who's rocking with that bullshit. That man deserves more. I watched another white man, care this that this isn't about that. Watch another white man lose his father's urn in one of those things, right? His father's urn, his ashes, right? They didn't offer that dude. They offered him something. They offered him more time in a fucking hotel room than they did the brother, right? but he didn't take it. That's his fault. Now, let me explain it to you like this. All those people I've been watching in that last week were the people from the moratorium. They lost their house. They became homeless. They were living on the street. They got wrapped up into the shit that all homeless people go through sometimes. Okay? And I had been saying it. I've been saying it for a long time. This could happen to you. And nobody believed me. Well, now it's happening to them. It's happening to them. And they don't know how to react. Whereas motherfuckers like me have been like, well, you get used to it your first time. Let that first cherry pop. That done swept you up. Now, just wait. Every other day is going to be like this. So, they didn't want to hear that. But I have been telling people, this could happen to you. Don't mock us because we're homeless. This could be you. You could lose all shit in one foul sweep. That man had went to go help his brothers around the corner because, like any sly individual of fucking maliciousness, like the police and the mayor's office and whoever approves this bullshit, they set up 3 sweeps in one day. So not everybody could be there to protect another group of people because they're showing over here, but they're not over there. I can't be in 2 places at once, so I know that that's impossible. This man was over there helping his brothers around the corner. Now, in the process of that, he comes running up right behind me through the fence, only to watch his shit, which 8 minutes before that had got crushed. Now, the police, the city council, the city people that are cleaning, sat there and had full conversations, looking around, looking at their feet, talking to each other, whatever, didn't make no moves while this man was like this. Okay, hands up on his face, crying and shit. He was crying, a grown fucking man, a brother. When do you cry? Right? When do you cry in front of other people? When? Never. Hardly ever. Right? But this was one of those moments where he couldn't contain himself and it was a wrap and he was like this. Oh my God. Right? And I'm like,
and his stuff didn't go to no warehouse.
Didn't go to no warehouse. It went to the back of a dump truck. And it was like, beep, beep, beep. That's what happened. And you don't believe me? Watch Frontline Black News. I recorded hours of it. Okay? I did my research. I'm watching it. You're watching it. Everybody's watching it. It's right there for you to see. I documented it. It was horrible. I was talking shit through the whole thing. Okay? That's what I do. That's what this person does. Okay? I'm hood journalistic, motherfucker. That's what I was watching. I was watching the police and everybody else look other than at that man. And then 45 minutes later, the police take that man through the fence and have a discussion with him. What could you possibly be saying to this man now? You ain't going back in the dump truck to retrieve his belongings. You ain't going to give him money. What are you doing? Oh, you're just going to offer him one night at the diviest motherfucking hotel ever right now, currently. You're going to offer him one fucking night. And you're going to offer the white dude like 6. And the white dude don't want to take it, but he want to yell at everybody, talking about, I'm a veteran. All right. Shame on you fucking Colorado people for allowing this shit to happen to black people. But shame on you for allowing it to happen to veterans who served their motherfucking country for your bitch ass.
Was it 1/3 of the unhoused
for your veterans? Bitch ass? They served you.
Wow, that's bad.
And this is what you gonna do to them? All right, I don't agree with dude not taking it. I mean, that's a real bad look for us. But he's a veteran. You fucking crushed him. You crushed his shit, which is stealing. You stole it from him. He wasn't even there. He was helping the brother. Right? You stole his shit. You put it in the back of a motherfucking dump truck. Then you looked at him like whatever. You watch him go off and you want to act stupid about it. He's a veteran. He served his country, but you going to crush his shit and destroy the only thing he had left, allegedly, of his father, his urn, his ashes that he's probably carrying from his apartment when he got kicked out last week and he kicked off the sidewalk. You fuckers ain't shit. That's all I got to say. I'm going to give my closing statement. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who participated in the show. Thank you, viewers. We see you. We've been looking at your stuff. Thank you, Gloria. Brother Isaiah, Black Power. Thank you, everybody who's been watching. I'm going to close out the statement because my heart is bad. I got hit by a truck this week, and I'm going to be reaching out to my community to see if they're really about that shit, to help me with this motherfucking hit and run by a white dude who should be in motherfucking jail, who hit me with a fucking truck and ran me over. And everybody who's involved trying not to fucking assist me, I'm going to be looking to my community to see if you really about it. You really about it. You really believe that you're gonna help your sister. Help me, because right now I've lost all faith in fucking legal system and anybody else is fucking involved because I've been watching it happen for the last couple of days. Whereas my brothers and my mate have been like, "You need to help. You need to fight." I'm like, "Fuck them. This is what's happening." So if you really about it, Black family, and you're in the city, I need your support. I need your help because we just watched. We just watched a motherfucker hit me on the road and tray up. He left the scene. I thought it was a crime, right? He left the scene of a crime. And not only did he leave the scene, but he told everybody I hit him. I'm in a power chair. Y'all know me. If you don't live in this city, y'all know me. Y'all know I whip around this city like a whip in a power chair. So if a big F1 city hits a 5-foot woman in a chair going through a cross light, you had no business. First of all, you had no business leaving the scene after he drugged me a fucking couple of feet. No reason to leave the scene. But he had no reason to look back at me and still continue to leave. But the motherfucker that came, the woman that came, a sister that came to fucking make that document, to make that report, had the audacity to not return my call. Yeah. And the sister didn't do the right thing. So you're just as culpable. So I'm gonna be looking out towards my family, Black family in Colorado, Denver, and the East Side. I'm gonna need you, man, because I'm really having a hard time getting a motherfucker locked up for abandoning a scene of a crime and not taking responsibility. But worst of all, Black family, the worst of all is not only is he white, that's one thing, but that guy is a motherfucking nurse. A nurse at the hospital right there on Park Avenue and fucking 18th, right? At St. Joseph's, a motherfucking nurse. Okay? So exactly. So I'm gonna be putting the Pepsi challenge out there, Black family. Help me, okay? If you really are about that shit, we still all together, we still family, right? Show me, make me a believer, because at this point, I'm thinking everybody's on that dude's side because that's what I saw that day. That's what me and Jesse saw. We saw a sister look at me. She walked right past me, went and assessed that dude's truck, talked to him, and walked right past me and took the longest time to fucking run my name. And came back and made me take a picture, and that was it. She barely even asked me if I was okay. And we saw that for ourselves. We saw everybody take that dude's side and look at his truck like his truck was an actual victim. I'm the victim, okay? I'm the victim, not him. And there's a time where I say, you know, whatever, but I've been listening to them and they got a very valid point. I just don't have it. I need some help. I need some help fighting a fucking thing I ain't never had a fight for or fight about. And a motherfucker like that need to be stripped and fucking put in his motherfucking place in jail. How you gonna leave a scene of a crime and not go to jail? Let's talk about that. But we're not. So I'm gonna give my closing statement. Shout out to everybody. Thank you for participating. Thank you for watching. Hit Frontline Black News on Saturdays at 10, where we'll be at the other studio. Like I said, I got hit earlier this week, and I forced Mr. Krumah to come down to my studio where I shoot the Revolutionary Agenda. And thank you for, he's been a real one and been a supportive individual to come and be at the side of his woman, because nobody else was other than my brothers, you know what I mean, and everybody that's on the front line. But as far as everybody else, y'all motherfuckers need to pull it together. Okay, anybody's not on our camp, y'all fuckers need to put it together. Revolutionary Agenda is going hard. Even if nobody's watching it, I'm doing my job. Okay, So shout out to that, and we like and support that. I try to build a platform for myself, Ramel, and our frontline, all our frontline members, including Shabaka. We're trying to get everybody on there. At some point, shout out to Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. Yes, on Tuesdays with Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced at 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Western, right, and 9 p.m. Eastern Pacific. And like and support all the pages. And if you see that's Cash App on the bottom, please, whatever you can do. I'm trying to pay for my education. That Mr. Paris said that I have to do. You know what I mean? I can't even get into it right now because my brain's a little scrambled. But he said it's very important. So we're working on that, and it's almost handled. So once that is handled, that scroll on the bottom will disappear. So please, if you can, if you can't, no hard feelings.
Donate to the Cash App.
Donate to the Cash App. Like, subscribe, do whatever you guys do for the front line and all our people, Shabaka, and everybody who's involved. Thank you for having me. Deuces. I'm gonna sit back and let everybody close out.
All right. Okay.
Y'all want to make your closing statement?
Okay. All right. On my closing. Yeah, go ahead, General.
Okay, check this out. I want to thank y'all for joining the show. Check us out on frontlinecampaign.org. Within that, you'll see Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced and Frontline Black Milk and the Revolutionary Agenda, featuring our star, Queen Nkrumah, a.k.a. Brandy. And my name is Ramel, understanding the angel of peace from the east, understanding understood in the neighborhood near you, bringing the hope without the dope. Official frontline campaign, salute to the fallen soldiers. And I just want to put my number out there, 719-924-0481. Once again, that's Ramel, understanding, 719-924-0481. Anybody who wants to support a revolutionary political prisoner, just call me, man. Sometimes I just want to chit chat, you know what I mean, about the political affairs of the world, you know what I mean. I'm locked up, for those who don't know, but I got access to a phone. So once again, 719-924-0481. Salute.
And look out for the blizzards. Don't forget the blizzards, Mel. Don't forget the blizzards in the book.
Oh, no, I ain't going to forget the blizzards. The blizzard mixtape is in town. You get 12 mixtapes for $20. You can call, I don't know the number by heart, but if you call me, 719-924-0481, and I'll make it happen. I'll tell you where to go, and you get 12 mixtapes of hot blends with $20, featuring myself, Blizzard the Freezer, Lady Please, aka it's the Devil's Uncle. Really knuckle up, shoot 'em up, bang, 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 do my thing on the bike, street walker player, the pipe player, young player from Himalayas, Mr. Bad Guy, it is I. So where we make from high, the Black Army has arrived. But anyway, to make myself support us. I got a book out. You can also call the same number, 719-924-0481 to find out how to get the book. It's $10 a book. It's like 100 pages. It's by me, by Mel Understanding. They did a piece from the East. And, you know, I'm just doing my thing. You know what I mean? We got the website up. We got the talk shows up.
Yep,
we got the mixtapes you can get. If you're in Compton, get the mixtapes out there too. If you're in New York, we're going to get them out there. It's already in Denver. The book is in Denver. We're trying to multiply. Like my man said, we don't die, we multiply. You know what I mean? We're trying to monetize.
That's right.
We just some habits and common sense, trying to do the most with the little from the literal to the life, and that's all you got. You know what I mean? So I hate to play up the spot, but I got to go.
Salute.
All right. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, on the closing comments, first of all, I want to say, definitely hope Lady Che, gets that there going for, because I don't understand how this dude in a truck is going to run somebody over in a power chair, number one, and then he's gonna play victim. So fuck him, so definitely help the sister out, you know what I mean? She didn't have that coming. Also too, definitely check out Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced Tuesday night. You heard what the title is. And the staff will be there, and we're going in on this mistreatment of the homeless, because they want the homeless to die, fuck the vaccine, and what have you. In regard to the former heavyweight champ Deontay Wilder, sir, you did your job. It is a brutal business that you was in. You got into the game to take care of your daughter. You did that. So go and make as much money as you can, brother Deontay, man, and hang boxing up. Right. And as far as I'm concerned, the heavyweight championship is vacant. I do not recognize no gypsy queen. Period.
Yes.
And definitely, and that's it. And check us out Tuesday night. This is Shabaka. He got to go to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna shut it down, y'all.
Reporting live from California.
Yes, sir. Just got back here in this little rascal a couple of days ago. All right. I'm out. Uh-huh.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in to episode 31 of the Frontline Black News. Make sure you check out Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain. I am the co-host of it, and we will be discussing where do the homeless go. So make sure you call in. The number's 516-418-5996. Call in with your questions, comments, and concerns. And also make sure you check out Queen and Crewman's show on Thursdays at 4 p.m., The Revolutionary Agenda, where we discuss topics that are really revolutionary and solution-based. So, in closing, we stand wholeheartedly with Dave Chappelle. We're not going to let them tarnish his name and run him into the dirt. We are going to stand with him firm, and we suggest that you do the same, Black family, because we are all that we got, and ain't nobody going to come save us but us. And as far as Henrietta Lacks family, they need to pay her family what they owe. That's a shame they was using that woman's cells for all these years, and they didn't even tell her family that they were using the cells. We're still pushing the tangibles, so get ready. We're setting a precedent with this. They even mentioned us in Newsweek and all the above, so get ready for it. We're shoving it down their throats like they're shoving this LGBTQ agenda down our throats. We're shoving the tangibles down their throats. Cut the check. And Biden, I hope your approval ratings continue to tank, especially with Black voters, because we didn't get nothing tangible from your administration at all. And we warned our people well beforehand that you wasn't going to do nothing tangible for us. And now they're saying fat meat is greasy and that we were right. And now they have egg all over their face, and now they're disapproving of you.
Ha!
And last and certainly not least, shame on you, Mayor Hancock, Denver City Council, for allowing these unhoused neighbor sweeps to continue, these traumatic displacements, where you are literally sweeping whole people like trash and their belongings. It needs to stop. It's a UN violation. You're in violation of so many UN codes and regs. So I hope that you get yours, and I hope you all get swept out of office in 2023. Thank you. This has been episode 31 of the Frontline Black News. Peace, love, and Black empowerment. We'll be back with another episode of the Frontline Black News next Saturday. So make sure you stay tuned for episode 32, or as we say, Trey Deuce of the Frontline Black News. Peace.